What's going on, guys? My name is Eldeniro and welcome to episode 98 of my Leicester City career mode on FIFA 15. This is the last ever episode as the Leicester manager, and it's also going to be the last episode of season 5, so we'll find out how well we do in the title race in this episode. But as you can see, we're starting off with some news on the injury front. This related to the game against Crystal Palace in the last episode. James Ward-Prowse is going to miss the end of the season, as is Carl Jenkinson. And following that, I went to simulating the game towards the Stoke game. And we found out that Manchester United actually did us a favour and beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, which is an absolutely huge result for us. And it's also kind of cool because we may be playing against Man United, or we may be playing as Man United in the very next episode of this series. So I'm pretty happy that Man United beat Chelsea, because this is where it leaves us in the league table now. We're in second place, but a draw or a win against Stoke City away from home at the Britannia in this match will put us top of the league, and all we will need is basically 4 points from here, and we're guaranteed the league title with 2 games to go. However, the first game being against Stoke, who we've developed the ability to defeat pretty much easily enough whenever we want to, but the final game of the season is going to be against Manchester United, who for the first time in a long time actually beat us this season and were incredibly difficult to play against in the game where we were against them. So nothing is guaranteed yet, and there's no certainties, so we're just looking to just try and win the league title for the second consecutive season. It's really disappointing to have missed out on the Champions League, but a second league title would definitely make that a little bit better. But Stoke City got a corner kick around the 20th minute, which was taken by Arnautovic. I think it was swung in towards Bojan. It ended up with Jamie Ness, who played it to Morris Edu. His strike hits off the post and it comes out to Kruse, who tried to put it back in, but Jack Butland managed to get a hold of it before anyone could touch it in the box. But Butland's distribution from the spot wasn't very good, and Stoke City got back into possession with Kruse on the ball, seeing his shot palmed wide by Butland in the Leicester City goal. Then we come up to around the half-hour mark in the game when we got a free kick. Bertrand Traore hits it straight into the wall and it gets cleared away, but only as far as Andrew Robertson, who plays it into Yassine Benzia, who goes on a little bit of a tear here with a really good change of pace as he gets into the box, manages to win the ball back and play it into Ricardo Zivkovic, who gives us the lead with a header. His goal scoring form has not really been that good for us. Having said that, though, he did have a game where he scored 2 goals, both of which were chalked off by the fact that the game actually crashed at the time, and I had to go back in and re-simulate the game, and I don't even think he played in it when I simulated it again. So it's a shame for him, because his career at Leicester City hasn't really started off in the manner that you would expect it to, but I find it more difficult to score goals since the changes in the game around the time when we did sign him. But in the 65th minute of this game, Bertrand Traore plays the ball into Yassine Benzia, who chips it over the top into Zivkovic, who manages to take control of it with the chest to get in ahead of Mark Wilson, and his finish was almost perfect, but sadly it hit off the post and rebounded back out. And then in the 70th minute, Stoke City came forward with Kruse on the ball, playing it into Stephen Ireland. He finds Charlie Adam, who finds Arnautovic in a great position, who goes for the shot. A really nice strike from him as well, some really nice footwork inside the box, saved by Butland though. And into the final 10 minutes of the game we go, with Stoke still on the offensive, looking to try and get the equaliser. They went with like an all-out attack type mentality, because of the fact that apparently if they were to lose this game they would be in danger of getting relegated, but that's not actually, like, only in the mathematical sense. Like, it wasn't really likely to happen at all. So I think FIFA gets it wrong a lot of the times with the other team's mentality, particularly at times when it's away goals related. But Shea did hit the post in the 85th minute, and it still wasn't over as Stoke's onslaught continued as they laid siege to our defence, with Ryan Shawcross coming through the middle, essentially playing as a centre forward. Charlie Adams' amazing cross finds Diouf inside the box. He manages to get hold of it in the D and then goes for the strike, and it was blocked away by Koyate in defence, or I think it was actually Jeffrey Schlupp. But that's how that game ended. A 1-0 victory for us at the Britannia. It was a very, very hard fought victory, and Stoke were a lot better than I had expected them to be. But we come out with the victory, meaning that we only need 1 point in our final game of the season at the King Power Stadium against Manchester United, the team that in all probability, based on the votes anyways in the straw poll, we will be joining next season. Now, a draw in this game for United and a defeat for Newcastle against West Brom elsewhere would mean that Man United would finish 4th. But about 10 minutes into this game, Who is it that says it? Jeff Shreves, or no, it's Alan McAnally, said that Newcastle were 2-0 up against West Brom, so it didn't really look likely that they would actually make it into the Champions League, and it'd be a 5th place finish for Manchester United. But just after the half-hour mark on this game, Ruffier's goal kick was headed down by Chan as he managed to take control of it. It was played to Zivkovic by Tom Ince, and then eventually into Hector Villalba, who runs around Phil Jones, then does the fake shot to get into a good shooting position, but Ruffier was there with the save. I looked up Ruffier. He's rated 86. He's a glitch. No, I don't know. He's probably not glitch. He probably just is rated 86 with an 86 potential or whatever. But it's still incredibly annoying that they signed him, having played Lindegaard every time in goal before that, and leaving De Gea to essentially rot on the bench for 5 seasons in the game. Like, I really love David De Gea. He's probably like one of my favourite goalkeepers in real life, and I just really wish that he got some credit in this game instead of being a guy who's constantly frozen out of the United team in pretty much every save from what I gather. But Hector Villalba's strike in the 43rd minute almost managing to cause a problem for Ruffier, but it did go wide. It was very close though. And then in the 62nd minute, look at this for a ball towards Villalba from Tom Ince as he manages to take control of it as well, ahead of Phil Jones and Rojo before getting into a position to shoot, but sadly Ruffier had rushed him and it wasn't possible for him to score from that position. But Tom Ince came forward a few minutes later, and he plays the ball into Emre Can, who gets a shot off. It was saved by the keeper. Not really that good of a shot either, but Man United just didn't really bring their A game to this game. And in fact, their first shot of the game came in the 75th minute with Angel Di Maria on the ball, as he gets into a great position with some really nice footwork, but his strike goes just wide of the post, and it was never going to trouble the goalkeeper. But when the referee blew for full time in this game, I was really disappointed that there was no trophy celebration. There was no presentation of the Premier League title. It was just a case where all the players walked off the pitch, and I'm wondering, does anybody know why that is? I'm thinking maybe it's because elsewhere Chelsea were playing Tottenham Hotspur, and if Man United won this game and Chelsea beat Tottenham, then Chelsea would be the Premier League champions. So I guess they couldn't have a presentation because it would mean that the trophy would have to be at one of the grounds previously to the game kicking off. But that's how the league table stands at the very end. Manchester United in 5th place. We will probably be applying for a job with Man United. I'm just saying that now because the polls are currently like United are winning by 250 votes or something. So it looks very likely that it will be Man United for us, which is something that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait. But yeah, 81 points. 1 point is what decided the league in the end. And here's a look at the squad report for the final time as Leicester City manager. Now, one question I want to ask you guys is which players should I take to the next club with me? On my list of players that I want to bring are Hector Villalba, obviously. Tom Ince is in there as well. Obviously Valère Bresson has to go as well because he's the Scout of Future Star player, and I really want to see his development. Although it is actually really annoying me that he's like 18. He's gone up a few ratings. There he is, 74, but his sprint speed and his acceleration and his agility has stayed the exact same, and I really need those stats to increase because you cannot be a winger in this game without any pace at all. That's just not gonna happen. But yeah, which players do you guys think that I should bring? I guess there's no more of a perfect time to ask that question, given that you're looking at the squad report here and you can decide for yourselves which players. I'll go with the ones that you know, the most people comment or whatever, but definitely on my list is Villalba and Bresson. They have to go, I think, and I'd like to bring Tom Ince too because I just think he's an absolutely class player and he's developed really well. But yeah, do leave some comments because I would like to see. I don't want to raid Leicester City. I don't want to take any more than 4 or 5 players, which kind of is a raid pretty much, but it's realistic too because look at how many players Liverpool signed from Southampton, or look how many players Roy Keane signed from Celtic when he went to Sunderland. Like, you know, managers do that, and if anyone thinks it's unrealistic that I would go to another team despite, you know, winning 2 consecutive league titles with Leicester, you can look at it this way. I haven't had a wage increase or anything like that from the board since this save has started, so essentially I'm still going into this with a contract for a manager whose job it was to avoid relegation for the team that he's won the league with twice. So we could, you know, if you want to look at it from some kind of role-playing aspect, you could tell yourself that it was a wage dispute or whatever. But the reason that I'm leaving Leicester City is because I think the opportunity to awaken one of the sleeping giants from the Premier League is just it's really tempting to me. And like, I've never managed a big team in England before. I've made other teams into big teams in England, but I've never managed Not since FIFA 13, which was my very first ever career mode, and I had no idea what I was doing anyway, and I didn't even do that many episodes of it when I managed Man United. But that was for like 7 episodes maybe. I think I just did the transfer window. I did the Community Shield, or the Super League, the Super Cup, and that was it. So I'm just really looking forward to this kind of a project to do, you know. But that is the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be much appreciated. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.